So you've got the weaver over here. So you're doing a lot of work. You're very focused on this work, and it's a lot of mental effort that's going in over here. But it's also something that you're enjoying doing, and you're paying attention to a lot of fine details. So this is very intricate work that you're doing and very focused. Maybe working by yourself as well with this weaver card. So what's on your mind? You've had to make a lot of sacrifices for this job, so you might be investing a lot of time and effort into this job, maybe making sacrifices of time, I said, into it, and neglecting other things in your life. So you're very focused on it, but you're enjoying it so much. I think you don't really mind that you're having to sacrifice a lot of things for it, because you're enjoying it quite a bit. It looks like there's some kind of inheritance coming in with this patrimony card as well. So there could be some money, some kind of windfall coming in for you as well. So in the past, you've got the power card, and this is being physical, focusing on that work, but doing, physical work to get it sorted out. So this is about, it's the power, putting that effort in, working with it, making sure that you are nurturing this particular job. So you've been working pretty hard, almost being slave driven here. That's the extent to which you are doing it. So long hours and a lot of physical labor as well. So it looks like you may have changed, an opportunity has presented itself. It might have been a risk that you took, but it looks like there was a good payoff from it. So you took this chance, and it looks like you were successful in it. And it seems like it might have been a new job, something that you did that you never would have done before, but you have done it, and it looks like it's been paying off. Maybe this job that you're doing now is that risk that you're taking. So you have, because you love it so much, you didn't mind taking that risk and doing this particular job. So going into the future, you've got the regeneration card over here. So you've learned a lot of lessons along the way. So, whatever you've been doing, you've been so focused on this work, but you've been learning a lot as well with this regeneration card. It's given you a lot of inspiration as well. And the final card is the persuasion card over here. So this is the strength card. It's talking about overcoming a lot of obstacles, but also growing as you do that. So whatever you've been doing, you've been very focused on it. It was something very risky that you did. You've made a lot of sacrifices for it. So it could have been maybe you started your own business. You made a lot of sacrifices for it. You're having to put a lot of effort into it. But it looks like you've learned quite a bit, and you've grown quite a bit. You've got a lot of confidence in what you do. You're sorting through the problems, dealing with difficult situations, and you're coming out on top. So you've got the judgment card over here. So this is about changing direction in life. So it looks like you've taken a stance. You've decided to do something very different. Now the previous energies spoke about taking a risk, and it looks like you have, because when Moses left Egypt, he took that chance. And he led his people out. So you may have started your own business, and you took a chance starting it. You're solely in charge of it. You are directing a lot of people over here, and you're trying to make things, work. He's trying to get these people to the promised land, and so you're trying to make this business work, or this particular project work. But you've definitely gone solo, if you like. Now you're being guided here with this judgment call. With this angel. But this is also, making that change. You reached that turning point in your life, and it looks like you took that risk, and you made that change. And, you've been, you're directing things right now. You are the go-to person. You are the person that's in charge. So it looks like you've done a major change. You took a major risk. And it looks like it is working out. So you've got the Four of Swords over here, and this is, being very focused on your work, making a lot of sacrifices. There were a lot of obstacles and problems that you had to deal with, but you're dealing with it. you've got some assistance over there, somebody's helping you out, and you're getting, you're pretty organized. You know exactly, you have a plan in place, and you know exactly what you're doing right now. But you're working very, very hard. So you're working with somebody over here. You're started from the ground up. So this person is planting the seed. So you started right from the beginning, and you gave birth to this project or gave birth to this enterprise, and you're starting it. So if it's a business, you started from scratch. You've put in a lot of work. The sun signifies a lot of long hours, a lot of effort gone into it, and you've got a lot of change going in over there. You can see this stork walking through this field over here. So a lot of hard labor and long hours, and you've been investing a lot of time and effort in it. Now, in the past, you've got the Hierophants. You had been seeking some, expert advice. You didn't just wing it. It looks like you did a lot of research. You may have asked for loans. This is, Hierophant also rules financial institutes. You may have needed to borrow money to start off this particular project. Or also it could be, researching, getting advice, proper advice, getting that, that expert input into whatever you're doing. So you've been doing, you've thoroughly investigated this, and if you needed financial assistance, it looks like you were even funded to do this particular project. So it has been paying off. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. It's giving you some financial independence as well. And you've been meeting a lot of people, making a lot of plans, collaborating with a lot of people, it's allowed you to meet the world, really. So it looks like there has been some payoff that has been coming from it. Now, you are worried that everything is going to be falling apart. So you are still very, very anxious. This is the card, the Tower, but this is what's playing on your mind. Because you've invested so much into it, every little problem seems like a catastrophe. So maybe that's how you feel right now. Maybe you've been dealing with little issues, but sometimes you feel like you have no control over the situation. And you're worried that all your work will be undone with that Tower card. So going into the future, you've got the Three of Swords over here. So working very, very hard, there's some kind of disappointment that you're dealing with, or you are going to be dealing with. It might be due to a mistake or a lack of communication, where things go a little wrong. So things not working out too well with this Three of Swords, and it's generally based on either missing information or some kind of communication that doesn't come in, that causes some kind of loss, and you need to look into that. It also could be, there are people that you're dealing with that are not very supportive. You've got the Snake over here. This is dealing with toxic situations or toxic people. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak, but lots of hard work going into it and not reaping rewards, not getting benefits from it. So there is some kind of problem that comes in that you need to address. It might, like I said, to do with information, missing information. So maybe something doesn't come through, information doesn't come through, and this causes some kind of loss or some kind of disappointment. And you've got the Five of Cups over here. So it looks like, whatever you're going through, you may have had disappointments in the past, and these still haunt you. With this Five of Chalices, it's about regret, thinking about things that went wrong, horribly wrong in the past, and being haunted by it. So you are really worried that, any small thing can escalate into something big. So, you need to address these things before it gets out of hand, so that you're not so affected by it, where you're having problems sleeping or where you're thinking about it. Now, you've got the end of the moon phase there, so that's the last phase of the moon. Now, all these problems and worries that you've been going through, maybe this has been a very difficult period. There's been a lot of anxieties that you've been facing because you still had problems. So although you've been working very hard and investing, there have been problems. You got fire in the back of you burning through these logs. So it looks like there has been some little bit of drama going on, a little bit of crisis going on, and this is causing you to react to it in a negative sort of way. But these are now coming to an end. So you are ending that kind of cycle of problems. Now, you have been having problems with the people that you're dealing with. The Eight of Swords is, butting heads with people, facing stiff competition. There could be arguments, fights going on. There could be even some legal situations going on, or legal problems that you are having to deal with. And this is giving you that sense that, everything is going to fall apart because of all these legal problems. So there's some kind of problem that you are facing, and you're trying to sort out at the moment. There could be some kind of dispute, and you might have needed a mediator to come in and sort that out. Now, you and this person are making plans for the future. You're trying to build this particular thing, and you're hoping that everything gets sorted out. You do need that person. You might be working alone right now, and it looks like you might need some support, and you're hoping to get some kind of assistance to come in and help support you make this project or this business prosperous. So maybe that's what you're hoping for. So going into the future, you've got the High Priestess, the Chariot, and the Temperance cards. So the High Priestess it's about doing research. It's about hidden information. Something needs to come to light that has been hidden from you. So she's waiting for something to be revealed. Now, with a High Priestess card, it's about people not giving you the information. They have the information. They know you need it, but they don't want to give it to you. And you need to ask the right people and the right questions in order for you to get that information to bring growth into this particular situation. So you've got these children here. So you need to go and do some research. You may need to actually even employ the services of some expert that you need to get that advice from in order for you to prevent the situation of the Three of Swords. So this situation has arisen because of the lack of information, where there's been, this could be a situation of loss or disappointment. So you need to go and ask somebody for some advice, or you need to find that piece of missing information that you need. And you can only do that by being proactive and going and looking for that information. It's not going to be coming to you. Also, this card advises that, if you're dealing with people, keep things to yourself. Make sure that you've done it first before you speak to people. So keep your plans quite close to your chest. Don't go around revealing what you're about to do, because you're going to have theft of information or theft of an idea. So this is a card, waiting for things to happen. You may not need to be proactive in the sense that you may not need to do something physically, but you definitely need to find out information with this card and trust that information that you find out is going to be good for you. Good. It's a good piece of information. So that's trusting your intuition that whatever you find is going to be helpful to you. So that might be the case. You need to go and do some research, or you need to go and ask somebody for some advice. And if you do that, it looks like, and apply to the situation, you are going to be very successful at it. You got the Chariot card, and this is moving forward, and this is you taking control. And despite what anybody else has got to say, you are doing it because you are following that piece of information that you found. So whatever it is that you find out is going to be helpful in moving you forward, and it's going to bring about success. So you will have to go and do some information, some research, or you're going to have to speak to the right people to get yourself moving forward. And if you do that and you're very determined to win, you are going to win. And it's also a card about not listening to anybody and just, going with it, going with your instincts, taking control. You've got the Temperance card over here. Now, the Temperance is also weighing your options up. You can see this woman's got 2 jars in her hand. So there are things that you're going to have to reassess so that, you don't reach this point where you're disappointed or you have a loss. With the Temperance, it's also about getting the right bits of information and applying them. So, it's about blending. Temperance is tempering, blending things and taking the best of that blend and using it. So whatever that information is, you're going to apply it to a situation and see what comes out of it, and then use that to move forward. So, you need that piece of information. It's very vital. It's an important piece of information, or it's important advice that you need in order for you to apply it to your business or your project and for you to move forward. It might be something very simple, but something you have overlooked, and by overlooking that, you are experiencing problems with, maybe delays in communication, or blocks in communication, or delays in moving forward, or you don't have that edge. You need that sword, that extra weapon to fight this battle, and you don't have it right now. So this is why you need to go and do that research and find it. And when you find it, you also need to reassess your goals and your plans, or whatever you're doing, how, your project plans, your future plans, if you have a business, what your business is about, your business plans, reassess it again, and maybe rewrite them. Maybe find a different pathway, because with the judgment card also, it's, you're following a particular path, but you need to maybe change direction. Maybe the thing that you're doing is not the way to do it. Maybe there's another way of doing it, and you have to take that into consideration as well. The card below it is the Seven of Swords. So you might be dealing with a lot of hidden enemies as well. That's why, there's all these disappointments. There could be like some kind of sabotage going on as well in whatever you're doing. So be aware of that. That's why I say with this High Priestess, keep all your plans to yourself, do assessments, trust your own instincts, and get that hidden information so you can apply it to the situation so that you can be victorious in it. So I'm going to draw some cards from the Fairy Tarot, and this is going to be your Oracle read. So you got the Magician over here, and this is really a good card. This is, being able to manifest. You can do anything now. Take charge of your life, and you can manifest what you need to be successful. So, you've got, the Magician is the card ruled by Mercury. So it's all about information. And, information is power at the end of the day. So, there's something that you're missing. You need to go and find this out. And if you apply this to whatever you're doing, you're going to be able to make things happen. And then you've got the Renewal card over here, which says review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose and releasing judgments of yourself. So this is the Renewal. This is another Judgment card. So it seems like, whatever pathway you're on, there might be a different way of doing things. So you may be going down the wrong route. So there might be, it might be that you need to change direction in order for you to be successful. And even here, this man's got a scroll. So you do need to do some research and to find out what you're missing, and change your plans accordingly. Then you've got the Eight of Winter over here. You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you are powerless when you are not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So a need to act with confidence and believe in yourself. And also this Chariot card is also that need to act with confidence and believe in yourself. Because if you don't take hold of the reins and lead this particular cart or this particular chariot, it's going to go nowhere. So you need to have confidence, and you are the one that took the risk, and you are the one that's guiding this particular project or this particular venture. And so you need to have the confidence that you're going to be successful at it.